Spirits are high in Foxboro after the game of the year, but there's still jobs to be done. Number 12 was far from perfect, but hey, it's nice to see him getting the whole Brady bunch involved.
But I don't know, Fitzy, that defense gave up 40 points. Is this that defense you can trust in January? I don't know.
Hot takes aplenty coming up on the only show that throws beer on the people who really deserve it, Foxboro and Friends. How can you be in a bad mood coming out of music like that? And after a win like that, hello, Pats pals, football freaks, gridiron geeks, and Foxboro faithful. This is Foxboro and Friends, Episode 3, Revenge of the Superfans. Your old pal Fitzy, Mike D from Pat's Propaganda. That was a hell of a Sunday. And here we are, we're recording on a Wednesday morning, coming off of a Super Tuesday as well. Real quick. What a time to be a Boston sports fan.
I know. Well, we've been saying that for like a decade.
Yeah, that's all we say. I know. How obnoxious. I know. What a time to be alive. Yeah. We're truly on like this decade-long run right now that is virtually unprecedented. Forget even just all the championships and the fact that this is Title Town, or as I like to call it, End Title Town, because that's the attitude of a lot of fans. But hey, listen. I don't blame you. I don't hate the game. I hate the player. I hate the system. I hate on nobody. I'm having too much fun. But just the relevance, just the interest, just the competitiveness, the playoff appearances, and the fact that you got one team in the semifinals, you got one team now back together, our team that we're talking about here, streaking towards the playoffs. Bruins are off to a nice start. The Celtics.
And the revolution, I mean.
Yeah, finally. Guys, this is basically just a whole scheme for us to get you, wanted to lure you in so we can do Rockin' the Revs. So we can do You Say You Want a Revsolution. Our new Facebook Revs talk show. What's the name of our fake Revs show?
I think that's perfect. Yeah,
that's
You Want a Revsolution. Rev it up. Yeah.
Rev, set, go. Oh, God.
It's an untapped market, I think.
Don't worry about it, guys. Even I hate me as much as you do. So having a hell of a time right now. Sunday night, obviously an epic night. Real quick, where would you put that? I know you're not as big a Sox fan as I am, but where would you put Sunday night, Boston Sports Super Sunday, a.k.a. Boston Sports Sophie's Choice 2018, Sox at 7, Pats at 8:30. Where would you put that? Would you put that just over the 2013 Kenbrell Tompkins, half an hour off, then game 2 of the ALCS with Poppy's epic grand slam? Or would you say that this week, because they were both on at the same time this time. Last time it was like wham, and then wham. Double wham. This was like double wham.
I gotta come clean. Like, as soon as the Patriots came on, the Red Sox were dead to me. But you know, I like to throw the Red Sox on and kind of watch it. I don't know. I feel like I used to be a little bit more invested in the Red Sox, and I don't know, it faded a little bit. But I'm just being honest here. So you know, you're watching.
This is a safe space. It's okay. You're watching a Patriots talk show, but we're allowed to mix it in.
That's just me. I enjoyed watching the Red Sox last night. I had my kid on. We watched the grand slam. That was really exciting.
It was great, right? We need things like that. We need moments like that, and we need like, all right, well, I can't tell. There's nothing football related for me on to watch right now, so like I'm gonna throw baseball on, and that's how you can at least bring them into being like, if they're not as crazy about the Sox as they are the Pats, the way you and I freak out about them, and so many others, but at least like get them to appreciate all the Boston sports and not just be like, oh, who are the Red Sox?
Oh, I mean, you can't. That's
and you're a hockey guy,
and I'm a hockey guy too. And it's like basketball.
So you're football, hockey,
baseball,
chasm, baseball, basketball,
and the Revs.
Yeah, I was gonna say the Revs. Tops Revs, huge gap. Yeah, and I'm football, baseball, basketball. Then the Price is Right guy going down the hill.
And apparently motorsports is working its way up.
Motorsports. Hey, man, how about that show Break Room, Monday nights at 11 and 11:30 on Discovery Channel? The host of that show is super handsome. He's quick-witted, very relatable.
I never miss an episode.
Yeah, you never miss an episode. Just please DVR the show so I can get season 2. Come on, help your old pal Fitz until we get the Patreon going. Daddy got to eat. Listen, YouTube-based Patriots talk shows pre-recorded in a moldy basement don't exactly pay for themselves, people.
Come on, Fitzy's basement is a wonderful
Fitzatorium.
And, a Fitzatorium. Like, we got our banners. What more do we need?
What could you ask for?
Internet access.
We got Wi-Fi. Yeah. We got that. I'm sure the neighbors are on as well. We got banners from I Love Boston Sports. I got lukewarm coffee. And
And
we got
just
a
a
chance.
sea of boxes that you can't see. Just
and just
off
all the
camera.
just unpacked stuff, kids' toys, T-shirts other people have sent me that I've been like, yeah, sure, I'll wear it in one of those videos. Don't you worry about it, please, by all means. I might lead Patriots Nation. There are not a lot of things like I would brag about in terms of just like, I got more views than you, or like, yeah, blah, blah. Nobody gives a flying Foxboro fun bag about followers, videos, any statisticals when it comes to like finalysis, right?
Yeah.
But I must say, I think I have more T-shirts that people have sent me hoping that I would wear it in a webcast or in a basement talk show or whatever else. I literally can't. There are not enough days in the year, and I know you've got like dozens.
Oh yeah, no, I do. And
I have crates. I can't even show you guys right now. There's literally a stack of crates over there, and like there's an Olajuwon, a Robert Parrish tall stack of crates that are just
it was like Patriots and Star Wars got in a fight.
Yep.
And this is just the wreckage of like what happened. You know.
Basically, my basement is like the Jakku of unworn Patriots fan paraphernalia and Star Wars.
It's just a half-buried Patriots helmet just off, you know, that some girl's
There'll be a
living
little
in.
Ray who's going to ride
Waiting
by.
for a family.
Yeah, we have scrappers that come by every now and again. The Patriots.
We never hesitate to work some Star Wars into our
No.
Patriots. Because that's like, if we're talking really, I mean, we're like Revs, Patriots,
Once
Star
again,
Wars.
it's clear. Revs, Star Wars, cooking shows our wives watch whenever we freak out about football.
I think we're just in bliss right now. Like after that game, like we're not even like, we're just like, we don't even need to talk about the game.
God, you're 5 minutes into the show. You haven't even broken down Chiefs Pats yet. This is the mood we want you to be in now after a huge come from behind, or actually did end up being a come from behind win against the Chiefs. Yeah. This is the mood you should be in when you're a fan, when all four of your teams are good and you live in a high life. I mean, like, yes, what a time to be alive. Yes, what a time to be a fan. And yes, what a time to finally start talking about the game. All right. So I was there. You were supposed to be there as well. Thank you, DraftKings, for inviting us and having us in the suite. I know. Now we sound like 1% fans. Listen, somebody was crazy enough, thought it would be a good idea. They're like, oh, yeah, let's bring some passionate fans to the suite level. There's a reason why the commoners never actually get to sit in the fancy seats at the Broadway shows or the opera. Because who's going to yell out, you know, fuck my tits, or just like, what in the nut farts are you doing out there? Nut like, farts. Brady, get your head out of your ass. Yeah. And then I yell those things, and then just all the heads turn inward. But the funny thing is, just like when I say inappropriate things in the webcasts and stuff, half those people end up turning to their friend and go, you know, he's got a point. You know.
I think my question is like at the start of the third quarter, where was everybody? That's like always what I noticed is like when the third quarter starts, you look at those red seats and it's just empty. Like everybody is in some secret area. Like,
okay, you know how
what's in there, Nick?
You know when you put on when you put on like Madden and like the EA Sports logo comes on, it's like EA Sports. It's in the game.
Yeah.
Foxboro, Gillette Stadium to start the third quarter. Whether people were watching the end of whether they were lazy about it being 24/9, going to watch some extra socks, or just the beer lines were long and the bathroom lines were twice as long because it's just gulp and empty, rinse and repeat. Yeah. I would say it was EAF. Empty as fuck. Nobody was in their seats. All the club level were like as bright red as this because there were no asses, there were no fanimals in their seats. It didn't fill back in until halfway through the third quarter. So in a lot of ways, while Foxborough fans are getting a bad rap after the beer on the Tyreek Hill thing, we don't know what was said that way. The 21-year-old has been kicked out. What a surprise. Bad looks, but at the same time, look at the screen grab of the beer being thrown at Kimbrell in Yankee Stadium.
David Andrews.
How about David Andrews? Yeah. Do you think was David Andrews like, I need my agent to fire off a tweet and let people know we're gonna pursue things legally because I have a soul-gina. Give me a break.
I think it's a good time to point out, like, I feel people are like, oh, well,
Pat's handled it perfectly.
Jets fans are the worst, or these fans. It's like every fan base has a spectrum of like terrible. There are terrible Patriots fans, and I love the Patriots. There are a good chunk of Patriots fans I don't agree with and hate. Just like there are Jets fans that you hate, but generally you can't generalize fan bases. I mean, everybody's got.
Hold on.
Well, except for.
Well, hold on. Yeah. I mean, there's bad Ravens fans, bad Steelers fans, bad Colts fans. I've encountered millions of them on the road. We get clapped back at in the comment section and on Twitter all the time as well. Let's just not go so far as to say the Jets fans. I mean, come on.
Sorry.
I mean, remember the video of the guy when Geno Smith was starting the video that went viral with the guy there. ACL, you suck, Geno, you suck, ACL. It's pretty bad. It's hilarious, but it's also just like, and that's the funny thing is, and now I feel like I wonder if like the way the Jets are playing now, and the fact that they're actually like kind of cleaning up the act on field, and it feels like it's a watchable-ish product. Sam Darnold seems like someone you can root for.
Darnold.
Darnold. Did I say Darnold? Damn it. Sam Darnold. Sorry. It just seems so weird to say Darnold.
It's a good thing Brady's last name isn't Darnold. Because he's
Brady,
Darnold now.
This time, what, you just reached inside my pun soul and just completely, just robbed the Punisher.
If Sam Darnold plays until he's 40, it's gonna write itself right
No, but
there.
like this week in the Inside the NFL stuff, he was like LFG and his guys. He was like, let's go out there, let's finish him, let's drive a dagger.
Let's go. Let's go.
I'm sure Tom Brady's the first guy to ever say "Let's go."
Let's go! I just love it. That's my favorite thing. We talked about it on Pat Show last year. It was just like, how did that become the thing? Like everyone's just "Let's go!" Like it's just you can easily yell it. I don't know. Just
and does it bother you? Does it bother any other Pats fans whenever they see Danny Amendola, who I imagine most of you guys have not unfollowed? Some Pats players leave the team, they get traded away, they retire.
Dead.
Yeah.
No.
Except I haven't been able to unfollow the Dola. Like there are ones who make such clutch plays. They're too part of the team. Like, look, he had to go get paid. They never should have left. He's a legend. Dude, Danny playoff, Clutch Mendola.
Super clutch.
Always in our hearts and minds. But he puts LFG on some of his posts, and I'm like, no.
You didn't take that with it. We got that in the divorce.
No. We definitely got that in the divorce. I don't care.
We also almost got Olivia Culpo.
Oh, we almost got the Culpo. God, that would have been what a get.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah. She's still from Rhode Island, though.
She is.
She's got love in the heart.
You kidding me? Narragansett's strong. That's goods right there. So anyway, that's how the Pats beat the Chiefs on Sunday. All right.
Do we even talk about it?
All right. So let's
talk about it.
Yeah. Let's just go over briefly. By this point now, everyone's now making their way on. We're on to Chicago. Everyone's. We got a lot to cover there as well, and we'll get to that when we're on to blank, and we got a lot of viewer mail as well. But my biggest takeaways from the game were initially, I think Brady was trying to force feed Gordon a little bit too much, and I think that connection is happening. But Tom tried to make it happen and thought, the perfect way to do it, I'm going to run with Sony, and then I'm going to make this happen because this is a porous Chiefs secondary with not much pass rush and just a ghost of a secondary. And I think the timing was just off enough that the Pats didn't really get the offense. For a team that scored 24 points in the first half and 43 overall, they left points on the board the same way the Chiefs did. Yeah. So I thought they tried to force feed it a little bit early. I thought the defense was great in the first half. They did everything they needed to do. They were opportunistic. They flooded the zone. They confused Mahomes. They got him on the run. And then I feel like I think both sides of the ball, they played so well. I don't think they started to read their own headlines or sniff their own shit, but at the same time, I think they kind of got complacent in the third quarter. And then the quick strike Tykes just went, Mike, 67, 75.
Yep.
And the 97-yard kickoff return. That Chiefs offense is terrifying. That is a bullet train without an operator.
Yeah. All right. Lot to tackle. I love the Gordon. How many times have you seen guys like Chad Ochocinco come in and Brady won't even look at him? And it's like, whoa, he just targeted Chad Ochocinco on a pass. And it's like the fact that he's throwing a Gordon like that, maybe not the best thing, but it just at least shows that he likes him. And just those big Josh Gordon man hands that he grabs the ball with. He just every time he catches the ball, I'm like,
meaty paws.
Meanwhile we're looking at Riley McCarron, who's every pass hits him in the chest, and it's like Gordon just bang, grabs it.
It's like that pass, like the famous pass he caught against Aqib Talib when he went 80 yards.
Exactly.
Jason Campbell just had to lay it out there.
Gone.
And he's got such enormous. Yeah, he does. So that Brady's trying to. I feel like Tom in a lot of ways either wants to and he recaptured the magic of Randy Moss jumping over the two Dolphins receivers in 07 with the bomb against the Colts. I know, right? Oh, I know. Got a little bit of that, even though Hogan was open behind him, too. Part of me wonders, were you looking for Hogan behind you against the Colts, or was that for Josh? But two, he knows, this kid, if I can just get it in the right space, the same way Gronk stiff-armed that dude in the fourth quarter, just threw that kid, the number 43 Gronk, for the Chiefs, 5 yards. We'll get to how Gronk was on Sunday. Because they really, Zeus appeared in the fourth quarter and was like, release the Gronk. And true Gronk came out. But Josh Gordon, on a slant, he could take it to the house. Even on a sideline, on a 12 or 14-yard sideline out for great, you want the first down, but if he catches it and someone over pursues the tackle,
gone.
That's the thing. So I think Brady is completely, I don't think he's obsessed with it, but I think he's enticed by it. And he wants to.
You can see it.
Yeah.
And you can see why. It's just, hopefully it continues the trajectory, but the jump they had. I mean, what they have like 10 days off, and then Gordon comes back, and it's like he's like the second piece of the offense. You know, and all of a sudden Philip Dorsett played like 2 snaps. You know, which I can't really complain about. But
is Philip Dorsett now gonna resume the role they always intended, which was like you know, like if you have a sports car, but then you still have like a sensible family sedan, and you keep that in the garage. When the sports car, aka Josh Gordon, breaks down, do you then take out the sensible family sedan, aka Philip Dorsett? Like that's the loaner you drive until.
I wouldn't describe Philip Dorsett as a sensible family. I'd describe him as like a Fiero. You know, it kind of looks like a sports car, and you're like, wow, that kind of looks like a cool car.
Like a Miata,
but it's really not that great. You know, and you're
like an Audi TT or a Mazda Miata.
It's like, it doesn't look so good now when you're actually trying to like do something with it. And then all of a sudden you buy like, you know, the Ferrari, the Josh Gordon Ferrari, which, you know, it's had some problems with the engine. Mm-hmm. But we think we can get it going. I mean, I love Gordon, but you know, the defense too. I got to make a point about that. You brought up, and I wrote a little article, patspropaganda.com. Check it out, which was simply titled
"Top Flight Finalysis served regularly."
I hope it's simply 4 bad plays. So you take that stupid Brady fumble. What are you doing, Tom?
What is Brady doing? 10 and a half seconds. That's what 10 and a half seconds he had the ball.
He never has a problem getting down. And I'm like, just get down, Tom. Get down. Get down. No. You know. So that play, the kickoff return, and then the 2 big plays that you mentioned, the 75-yarder to Tyreek Hill, which was, you know.
I don't know how you lose time. I don't know how you let. It's like the play where flat. I know it's Twitter handles. I'm faster than you. I get it.
Yeah. Jordan Harmon thought he had, Jordan Harmon's like, I got a great angle. And then all of a sudden it was like, didn't even put a hand on him. No. You know? So I think that, the 28 points came directly from those 4 plays. So, generally...
That's why they're the quick strike types, though. That's all it takes.
They're going to make those plays. But, the point was clearly illustrated in the second half. And as you said, the first half was great. It's the bend, don't break. That's what you got to do. I mean, I think we really need to,
flustered him into a pick in the end zone, which was great. We thought they were going to have end
what kind of coverages, disguising...
Yep. How about the Hightower pick is like the Belichick defense, confusing a young quarterback and playing mind games with somebody. You can see a little more field than... to a T. That's
why rookie quarterbacks don't win.
Exactly.
In Foxboro.
I know. And now they go to quarterbacks under the 25 and under go to 1-42 all time against the Patriots. Still only with that Kaepernick victory in 2012.
That was a crazy
and I watched
game,
that, and of all things, A, that was a great game. B, that was an epic comeback, and they should have fucking
fell
won
short,
that game.
and that's what sucked about it. It's like you come all the way back, and then
you're down 31-3, you come all the way back, and then you lose 30-31.
That's one that stands out.
I watched that game of all places, Chicago. Yeah. At a Pats bar that was full of Pats fans. I was out there doing some work for CBS covering a Bears tailgate, and then went that night. And Pats Nation represents nice in Chicago. There's a lot of Pats bars in Chicago. So hit us up on the tweet box at Pats Propaganda at Fitzy GFY. All week, if you're looking for, we've been out there a bunch. I've been there several times. If you're looking for good Pats bars, good eats, good drinks, places to hang,
Fan recommendations. Yeah. Great swags places. We can pimp.
Right.
I Love Boston Sports, which are our beautiful.
If you need anything on the local, or if you're on the road as well, there's a good chance we've probably been to just about every NFL city. So you can always hit us up with those questions, and we'll be happy to tell you that we'll answer them, but we'll probably forget, ignore them, and just move on to trying to write another clever tweet. Look how many likes I got this. The comeback was great.
Yeah.
I was shocked.
Was it that much of a comeback though? I mean, were they tied? Were they actually?
I mean, it's not that they were.
Exactly.
Yeah, no, the Chiefs actually went up 33-30.
All right. Okay. It was it felt like it was 2 a.m.
The Chiefs went. The game got over at 10 minutes of 12. It was a long night in the bar. It got 11:45 or so.
I hate it.
Yeah, man. I hate the Sunday night.
What time did you get home after going to the game?
12:55.
You got home in 55 minutes?
Yeah, I actually I was able to make
helicopter?
it back. I know.
The crowd had the Fitzy
I got the bat chute now. I got the Fitz chute. I have a nice pneumatic tube. I had Elon Musk build me a hyper. Get in the Fitzy Hyperloop,
back to the basement.
Right back here. It was a long night. But the Chiefs actually go up at one point. Yeah. Then the Pats come back, and the Brady touchdown drive, field goal. Yeah. Then the Chiefs tie it up 40 apiece with a minute 58 left. And sadly, they made the same mistake that so many others have made.
Too much time. You scored one play. I was like, all right, well, I'm glad we just got that out of the way. I don't have to be your blood pressure rising as the whole 10-play drive just goes down. It's none of that. It was just boom, they scored. All right, well, Brady's got 3 minutes now to it was good.
And the way that they ended in the fourth quarter with the offense moving once again.
Yeah.
I feel like after Brady, the best thing that in a lot of ways that could have happened to Brady though was that fumble, because it kind of shook him back to like, all right, stop, all right, stop looking long, stop trying to get too fancy.
Yeah.
Then he just went back like hitting Edelman, running play with Sony. James White off tackle, screen play to James White. The Brady touchdown run was awesome.
Hogan gets 4 catches, but they're all big catches.
But they brought Hogan back in the fold. 3rd and 1, by the way.
Yeah,
40 yards downfield to Hogan.
That play.
What the hell?
That's like the play that
you needed one, not 41.
So hard if that doesn't work. Like,
right.
You need 1 yard. You throwing it.
You could have beat Denver if it wasn't, trying to isolate, James White on Danny Trevathan the whole time.
Speaking of Denver, that was like in the 2015 AFC.
That's why I mentioned that.
The Gronk one down the field where Gronk got you're like, how? Why?
That was a 4th and 12 pass, by the way.
Oh my God!
The one he completed. I still think that's the best throw of Brady's entire career.
I would agree. That one in the LaFell Ravens touchdown.
For the win. Yeah, I mean it was right there. Yeah.
We know it all, man. That's why you come here.
Do we need to take a timeout so we can all just like enjoy a private Pat's moment and celebrate Brady porn?
Good stuff.
Is that good for you? Yeah. So
let me make one more point too. I just want to say this too. Is just like, because I know everyone's like, "Whoa, in the rematch," and it's like the thing I take away.
Was that an AFC Championship preview?
Right.
Where's it gonna be played?
Is that the Chiefs
on a football field
somewhere? They got those big plays, but that's like what it is. The Patriots were just consistently dominant on offense, and Sony Michel. And I mean, I think this is the big key for the Patriots right now. It's that if Sony Michel gets going, and he's been getting going, they're darn near unstoppable.
Damn right.
And that's just the key to it. If he stays healthy and they're able to continue doing this, I mean, we can go into all the I hate quoting my tweets, but I always do it, and I'm like, pretty good 2 touchdowns, Sony Michel, pretty good. Like, just giving him like a little bit of credit.
You can tweet. Right. You can tweet yourself. Is it? What do you say? Is it tweet or is it twot?
I love tweet. I love tweet. I'm
quote your own tweets.
Tweeting all over Foxboro and Friends this week.
All right. So if you guys want to, if you're viewers of the show, if you're fans of what we do here on the propaganda with the webcasts and the fan therapy, follow along with #Queet. Queet. Just put that down there in the Mr. Editor Man. #Queet. From now on, when you're in love with your own tweet so much that you quote it on the show.
I just captured it so well.
It's great. I love portmanteaus too. So I love just dialing up a random word out of the blue. I mean that's where we get finalysis and everything else we live and die by.
I know.
Did love seeing even though the 3rd and 1, yes, like that could have just blew up in their face, but I love seeing Hogan getting involved. Now all of a sudden, everyone you're starting to see like all the different roles everyone has too. Like
Cordero,
you know what James White, Cordero Patterson is exactly what he should be. Yeah. Trick plays and kickoffs. Gronk, the seam, killer blocks. Gronk. James White, change of pace, need a first down. Chris Hogan, he owns those nice 17 to 20 yard downfields. Yep. Edelman is, whatever Brady needs him to be because he caught a long touchdown pass, but he's also available for the flares and the first downs. Yeah. It's Josh Gordon that's evolving, and that's what we're watching. And I think it struggled early, but the ceiling is so friggin' high too.
Where is it? I don't even see it.
I don't even. If you want to view power, let's get in the Wonkavator and find out. You got to be feeling good if you start singing. Come with me, Josh Gordon, you'll see in a world of Patriots imagination. You're feeling it if you start singing Wonka in your talk show.
But then we're getting into like edibles and that. That's a bad relationship, Josh Gordon. So let's like
the Gronkberries taste like Gronkberries.
The weed chocolate tastes like weed. Never mind. Sorry.
Don't go there.
The guy likes the
just fine. I got no problem with that.
Focus on football. He's gonna be good.
Having Grand Marnier in the locker room before the games. I mean, that's not 2004 against the Yankees or anything. That's not my jam. But all right. Hey, listen. Josh Gordon said last week he likes it here. It's a family environment. He and his girlfriend have settled into a nice, quiet, peaceful existence. Yeah. He's doing his thing, whether it's meditating or if it's just whatever the hell it is that he's doing right now.
Tom Brady passes. That should be enough.
Right. That's enough.
Like, dude, you got a chance of a lifetime here. Like, just you can erase your whole past.
Right.
Look at Randy. When Randy Moss came here, there was controversy a little bit. Like he's lost it. He mooned the Packers. All that stuff. He's a bad citizen. Then he comes here. Would anyone have thought before Randy Moss's Patriots tenure that he'd be a TV analyst someday? No, he was
not just a TV analyst, a great one.
Yeah.
But what happened is he came to Foxborough. Not only had the season of his life, but also his true football intelligence.
Oh,
his intelligence and his football acumen came out and shone. And yeah, it ended poorly in 2010. The rest of his career wasn't so hot, and I think he even played for the Titans at one point.
Yeah.
Remember Randy Moss on the Titans?
Trivia question.
Exactly. But he's become an awesome analyst, and this is if you gel with Belichick and Brady, if you find your way, if you find your role, you can become legend. You can become the legacy will be there. The story will be told.
Yeah,
look at the way these guys have continued their careers, and the Patriots find way to bring out the best in you. And if Josh Gordon is going to have this second life, if he can just keep doing what he's doing and just.
Yeah, I mean, they're going to need him if they're going to beat the Chiefs again. If they're face a team like the Rams, they're going to need an offense that can.
And even later this season, if they're gonna run the table in the AFC East, which they may need to do to have a less sweaty, less Christmas Eve kind of clinching AFC East season, playing Pittsburgh. But anyway, that's a little far down the line.
Oh yeah.
All I can say now is it's probably time to take some viewer mail. But I just want to remind everyone, Gronk, stand up. Is that your favorite thing you heard?
Oh, it's so great. Just so
I just love the fact that was caught on mic, that they can talk to each other like that.
Yeah.
And if that isn't, I'm not making it. I don't think Mike is making it. But if that is not on a T-shirt that gets sent to either one of us sometime soon for us to promise we'll wear on one of the shows that we don't end up wearing.
Yeah.
Gronk, stand up.
I think my favorite quote, though, was actually... We're playing forever when Brady.
After the game, that's right.
Which actually we have a question about. So that's a good. It's a good transition.
We're gonna play forever.
It's a good transition. Let's. All
right.
Let me see if I can find that one.
Let's do it. Let's do it up in viewer mail.
And we're back. Viewer mail.
So procedural. I like it. So professional. So I got some good questions.
Yeah.
This week
let me throw that one out because Nick Bodell. Through that one. Lots of talk over the past decade or so about whether Bill and Tom go out together. Seeing the bro love between Tom and Gronk. You think they're the ones that we should be talking about with Link Destiny? I mean, I think that's a great question because, Gronk shot down the trade and was like, I'm not going anywhere without Brady. I think it's very possible. I mean, I'm starting to think that Belichick's going to outlast both of them. That's what kind of I feel like, because I feel like Belichick's kind of a little bit like, I'm going to do it with another guy after this. Do
you really think that Belichick would want to carry on with someone else? I don't think he's going to be able to at this point because Brady might very well. I mean, he's what is he, 41?
Yeah, well, I mean, it's soon, but I mean, I think I've heard Belichick talk with reverence about what the 49ers did going from Montana to Young. So I know that that's on his radar. And I don't think it's like he's doing it to spite Brady. I just not sure he's going to be ready to be done. And he loves coaching all of football. It's not like he's this QB maven, this kind of thing.
No, he's more invested. This offseason and the way Super Bowl 52 ended seemed to reinvest Belichick.
Yeah.
He doubled down. He doubled down on a double down. He was visible on social media. He was at so many of the training days and at the pro days for the colleges, coaching these guys up.
The season ends, and then a week later, you're watching the Senior Bowl, and it's like, holy, there's Belichick.
There he is out
he's
there.
Already there.
He's out there
eating chips and got a binoculars.
Right. He's coaching up the Chubb kid from North Carolina, saying I'd love to draft you, but you won't be there.
You won't even be here. But he loves it that much, so it's it's hard to predict when that guy's going to be done. Well,
it's always like the best content. It seems like that. Not just us, but anyone, comedians, poets, screenwriters, whatever, seem to always comes from tragedy, right?
Yeah.
And it seems like maybe the best stuff that Belichick brings, or it's going to sound strange, but in a lot of ways, maybe it's not the best thing that could have happened to them, but in a lot of ways, the best way to get them refocused for the true stretch run of what'll be the Brady Belichick tandem. Yeah. Whether Tom's still here a year, 2 years, 5 years from now, year 18.
We're almost on the real stretch run. We're 2 decades in. We're coming up on it.
I know. But will it be Gronk and Brady that go out hand in hand, Thelma and Louise style, as opposed to Brady and Belichick?
That's more likely. I'm going to say that's more likely. And then one other point I'll make is that I always feel like after winning, losing Super Bowls, losing before the Super, that always sucks a lot more than winning the Super Bowl actually feels. I feel like winning the Super Bowl, it's oh, this is amazing. But after a while, you're
this is the emotional median, right?
Yeah.
And winning the Super Bowl brings you here. But if you lose a Super Bowl, it takes you...
And you're there for like 8 months, you know? And it's like, even you win the Super Bowl, you're up, and then you're just, all right, wow, things are just right in the world. Like, that's how it feels. Things are right in the world. I know.
But when that's like when you're hungover. That's like when you're hungover and you have two beers the next day. Hair of the dog only actually is able to bring you back to, you're like, okay, everything's okay again now. I didn't want to have that 2 o'clock IPA, but I kind of needed it just to sort of like right everything again.
That's why Fitzy, you can always bring it back to beer, Star Wars, or the Revs.
What the fuck else is there in this life? You want to talk politics? You want to talk infrastructure, everything else? Let's talk about what really happened at the Saudi embassy.
Yeah. Wow.
No thanks. Which is almost what it felt like when the Chiefs went up, but I digress. Hashtag inappropriate. Nice tweet. Next one.
I like this one from Miss Tina. Yes. What happened to the McCourty twin powers?
What did happen to the? What's your take? Was it the? Because it didn't look like they didn't have any fresh legs. It didn't look like that they were caught off guard. It just seemed like I think they were just sort of at that point, like, I think they were just kind of victimized by the fact that, like, they have Jamaican track star speed on the Chiefs. They do. They legitimately have. It's world class. Andy Reid is an amazing play caller. First of all, let's give them some props. Let's not just say like, oh, it was only mistakes that allowed the Chiefs to get back in the game.
Yeah.
Amazing play calling.
Yeah.
He's awesome. One team has put up 40 points or more 3 times this decade against the Patriots. And it was boom, the Chiefs 2014, boom, the Chiefs 2017, and boom, the Chiefs 2018. And I'm just going to go one little step further down the old wormhole of high point sadness. One other team that's directly related to the Chiefs was able to do that too. Doug Peterson, who used to be Doug Peterson, a former offensive coordinator for Andy Reid in Kansas City, now the head coach of the Eagles, 41 points in Super Bowl 52. So whatever goes into that Andy Reid offense, that gives Belichick and his defense
goes into it. That's why they're so hard for the Patriots. You know, it's just, and then it's not just the speed. I mean, I feel like the speed is kind of a newish element, but they just do so much. They make it, and Mahomes just makes so many great throws off balance out of the thing. I thought on the Kareem Hunt touchdown, which Jason McCourty kind of got burned on. I mean, the coverage was good and everything was there, but once Mahomes got out of the pocket, Kareem Hunt just kept running. And it only took Jason McCourty a split second to kind of slow down and break down, wait for the kind of play.
Do I need to run?
Right.
Oh,
and,
no.
And it was too late. It was too late, and that's that. I think Devin McCourty's kind of become a little bit of like, the people like to complain about. But I think
that's too easy.
Generally, when he's playing on the back end, he's good.
Right.
He's not, when he's up on the line, he's got to cover guys. That's why he
wasn't. Dude, they did a nice job, and we were worried about Kelce. I remember we talked about that a lot in the last show, and we definitely had to address it in a number of other avenues, and we heard about it ad nauseum on traditional media. But they were all like, oh, Kelce, he's the better tight end right now, Mike. I'll tell you what, talking head guy.
He's a
Travis
receiver.
Kelce is playing. He's a receiver dressed in tight end's clothes.
Yeah. And he's a great receiver.
They did a nice job. 5 for 61. I would take that every day that ends in AY, twice on Sunday, and then I'd even add a 9th day just for the hell of it. 5 for 61 from Travis Kelce. That was great. It was, no, you got to get back against Kareem Hunt. No, you got to get back against Tyreek Hill. And that's on those breakdowns. Who the hell ever saw Patrick Mahomes being able to run to his right and against his body throw a 50-yard straight frozen rope to Kareem Hunt down the sideline? That's absurd.
And and the Hunt
not
one
getting
too.
fights, kid.
The Hunt one too. Or, I'm sorry, not the Hunt one. The Hill one at the end. It was a 3-man rush, and it was just, you saw what Mahomes could do when he knows where to go with the ball. He drops. I mean, it was just, and most guys catch that pass, they're getting tackled by Deron Harmon, but it's Hill. So hopefully they take those lessons with them into a potential rematch, and it's like, get a little bit more back. Take a little bit more of
the new operative phrase. Guys. We're going to add to the lexicon. No days off. Do your job. Get a little bit more back. Next question comes from Alex Kennedy, ALK Jules. Linebacker speed still the team's biggest weakness. How should the Patriots address it? Is there a linebacker trade target?
Run faster.
Yeah.
No, that's not, you can't.
You can't make a Landon Roberts faster. Dante Hightower is getting into speed. He's come rounding back into form, but he's not going to suddenly just develop like Telvin Smith speed. This is never going to be the middle of the Jags defense. It is what it is. Is there someone, though, out there, like I know there are a couple of guys on the Cardinals, a 2014 guy and a 2017 guy, that are both a little slighter of build, and the Cards are in rebuild mode, so they want to stack and rack for the 2019 draft. Do you throw a 4th rounder at someone else and see if you can find this year's Jonathan Casillas? Do you find this year's Akeem Ayers, Mike?
Yeah, I mean, I hate. I mean, yes. I just hate when people ask me, like, who's a trade target? I'm like, there's like 1,000 guys out there.
Yeah,
like
a lot of people in the NFL.
Like, how many, has anyone ever correctly predicted a trade? I don't know. I mean,
and if they do, that's all they do.
I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I feel like if they get a guy, it's not going to be an exciting guy. It's not going to be Luke Kuechly. It's not going to be somebody like, wow, we're there now. It's going to be some schmo, and most of the talkback's going to be, who cares? And then 3 weeks later, he just had a great sack in a game,
Right.
So it's like, I don't know, it's just so, I don't even like.
But that's what we need, though. We need that some schmo. I don't know.
I know. Who's some schmo?
I don't know. Who is that some schmo?
Who's that schmo?
Yeah.
Hashtag.
Right. Does anyone know who that schmo is? If anyone else has a lead or like roots for a team, watches another team, or is familiar with like the some schmoes of the world, let us know. I'd love to hear. Please, by all means, tweet us up and let us know who you think could be coming to the Pats or what kind of trade target they have. I don't know the name of those guys on the Cardinals, but that, for example, those are just a couple of like par examples of maybe guys that get. But it's never the guy that you think it's going to be or that everyone talks about. It is always some schmo. Who that guy? What's his name?
As much as I'd love to be the guy back in 2014, being like, Akeem Ayers is the guy. They're going to get him.
Yep.
I don't know, but it's hard to. I mean, I definitely agree though that linebacker speed is an issue for them, and I thought Juwan Bentley was really like, wow, we got a guy who could be the answer because he's had that kind of quickness, and that's why that was a huge bummer.
Torn biceps, party of one, your season is over.
His biceps. At least it wasn't his legs. That was what I was happy about.
No, that used to happen to like giant muscle heads like Ted Johnson and stuff. I never think it was going to happen to the Bentley kid.
Mayo, remember Mayo tear his biceps?
He tore a pec, I think.
Tore a pec, yeah, that's right.
God, is that
How do we remember this stuff?
Hightower did the same thing too. We watched a lot of football. I need a new hobby.
Remember the time that guy tore his pec? I don't know.
How about one more real quick? I got one right here. This is from our friend. This is from @AngryPatriotFan. How the hell did you steal that handle from me? Angry Patriot Fan, as we get ready to start talking about next week's game, Mike. Thoughts on stopping Khalil Mack? The idea of him going up against a Waddle scares me a bit, but the team...
Friend of the show, Waddle?
First of all, it scares you. Okay, thank you. If you want to speak in the parlance,
you're gonna get blocked.
Foxboro
You're in
and
block
Friends.
territory right now. Watch out.
I'm already blocked. Yeah, Waddle. Yeah, I'm already
Friends
blocked.
on Facebook, but blocked on Twitter.
Yeah, exactly. Friends on Facebook, blocked on Twitter. We got to figure that out, Adrian. Let's come to some terms here.
In his Christmas card, you think he'd have some love for us?
I know. Thoughts on stopping Khalil Mack? The idea of him going up against Waddle scares me a bit, but the team seems to find a way to eliminate rushers from big games.
Yes, they do, and they will. So,
yeah,
there you go. And is he hurt? Isn't he hurt? I think he's hurt.
And he's a little dinged up this week too. He's got an ankle going on.
He's got an ankle. What's going on?
What's going on with him? I don't know. He still scares me. He's better than anything the Pats have up there. Hey, the Patriots' offensive line. Let's just so yes, I think they'll find a way to scheme him out. But let's just give some props and hip hops to the Pats' offensive line. Ooh. They've been doing an awesome. David Andrews is grading out as a top 5 center.
Yeah.
Joe Tooney is having a way better 2018 than 2017.
Yeah, another guy that gets a lot of flack.
Yeah, well, I mean, sometimes we'll see how he does because traditionally he actually hasn't fared as well against teams in the AFC East. I don't know if just because they see him more.
Wow.
Yeah, Buffalo's eaten his lunch before. Miami's giving him fits. Shaq Mason's having rewarded accordingly.
Yeah, I know,
having a Pro Bowl season.
Right. Well, it's so fun watching him lead Sony and Devlin too. I mean, the wrecking ball.
I watched a couple of great follows. If you guys are looking for any follows on the tweet box as well, where we can get to see some of this stuff without being wonks that live in the all 22 box. Oh, that must be
that's the Fitzy phone.
That's the Fitzy phone. Keep talking while I shut off the Fitzy phone. Some quality follows at Evan Lazar is a great follow. All of our friends over at Pat's Pulpit make a great follow as well.
This is definitely when Garth gets to test the host Wayne's World by himself.
I'm having fun. Not.
Yeah, I mean, that's been the big thing, I think, for the Patriots with Sony Michel, the run blocking. I mean, that's the big difference for this game, I feel like, for this season, rather. Having that element, when you talk about it for so long, it's like,
Craziest thing, wrong number.
Wrong number. Thanks a lot for ruining our show.
Yeah. That makes it real, I think, if anything else.
It is. So we really are in Fitzy's basement.
We're in the Fitzatorium. That was my bookie, guys. Sorry.
Lawnmowers outside. There's people doing yard work.
Sorry about that. Daddy needs a big hit this week, if you know what I'm talking about.
But having that balance with Sony Michel to finally compliment Brady, and we've been waiting for it for so long, and like, I don't know, Blount was good, but it's like, they always needed like special circumstances, and then Blount was going, and we're like, oh, Blount's going now, but it was never like, we're just riding Blount today, unless it was the Colts. But with Michel in these games, it's like he just gets everything going, and then Brady's like, it's all available to me now. What shall I do? You know? So that's been the big plus, and I think that's what we'll see again.
They love offensive linemen will tell you they'll pass protect because they have to, but they love run blocking. Mm-hmm. And now with the Patriots having a dedicated lead dog,
and Trent Brown just
imagine
have a dude who's like 6'8", 350 pounds.
Trent Brown blocks the following things: the football players and the sun. That is a giant human being. All right, well let's delay no further. Let's get into our quick Pats Bears preview for Week 7 and a little segment we call "We're on to Blank." Damn, do I wish I was going. I got tickets. We're going to be making our way to Nashville in a couple of weeks. Team GFY, including our pal Francis from Town Fair Tire and the NFL Fan Therapy Series. We'll be making our way to Nashville in a few weeks, which is awesome. I cannot wait. Almost was going to go to Chicago. I freaking love that city. It is an amazing place to hang out. It is such a sports fan's paradise. So much good food, so many great bars, and a great stadium, and a great team for the Pats to be playing. I was thinking earlier on the before the show, so recent history between the Pats and the Bears. Pats win in 2002 in Chicago at Soldier Field. Last minute late touchdown pass to David Patton, right corner of the end zone. Comeback win there. 2006.
Yeah, I remember that one.
That's the Urlacher juke, Thanksgiving week. Yeah, exactly.
A little wah-wah.
Old Tommy Two Feet there.
I'll never forget that play. That play, because at that time I was like just terrified of Brian Urlacher as a football player, and then just to see Brady juke him, I was like, what can't this guy do?
That was special.
Oh, it was great.
That was special. 2010, last time the Pats played in Chicago, Snow Bowl.
That one.
And they were up like $119 million to nothing.
They scored like right before the half too.
Deion Branch streaking down the snowy sidelines, leaving like little snow tracks as he makes his way up. And then 2014, they eat their lunch in Foxboro.
Oh, God.
It was like 52-17.
Who was the quarterback? Was that Jay Cutler?
It was Jay Cutler's final season, I think, in Chicago.
This is a real aside. I think and I'm going to go on a little rant for us now. It's like, I feel like this is what's great about people like us.
Is this hot props? Is this a sponsorable
it's like giving
segment?
us a little bit of props, because it's like, the main news outlets, they cycle through people, and a lot of times, guys aren't from here, and we don't know Felger is a big Packers fan, right? Is that the rap on him? But I feel like guys like us, we bring like a perspective where we've been invested in these games forever. So when we talk about the 2002 game, it's like none of these guys who you bring in, Ben Volin in 2013 or whatever it was, he doesn't care, and it's like, but we connect with the fans because we were all there watching it and feeling the same thing at that time, while Ben Volin was didn't give two rat fucks about what the hell the Patriots do. I'm just using Ben Volin as an example. I mean, he is a terrible guy, but he's a terrible
he's a dad too. He's someone's son. He's a dad
but
too.
But as far as football, you don't have to follow him.
Right.
You will literally miss out on nothing on not following Ben Volin's Patriot coverage. You won't miss anything.
So I guess we won't be getting Ben Volin as a guest on Foxboro and Friends anytime soon.
I'm sure.
Although we're hoping to have some good quality guests, some of our favorite beat guys. Maybe we'll be able to get Jeff Howe back on the show.
I want to get Ninkovich in your basement.
Dude.
I think we could
squad goal. I want to get Chatham in the Fitzatorium. I want to get Nink in the basement.
Oh, he would be the best.
Nink, and we'll do a segment where he gets to do his hot takes.
Squeeze him right.
And we'll call it Ninkovich, please. That's the retort that we always use whenever someone's like,
you guys know Nink, get him. I mean, first of all, I got a volume of stuff written on Rob Ninkovich. I feel like I was kind of, I know. Is
he one of your sneaky five favorite players?
I just love him because he, you had Vrabel, right? And Vrabel was kind of quintessential defensive Patriot, came in as a free agent, kind of a nobody, became this legend. And, but I wasn't really here to see Vrabel. I was here, but, at the time you were just kind of what are these guys? But when Ninkovich came in, you're totally aware of him in training camp being signed as who's this long snapper guy? And so totally invested from the start to see him grow. I have an article that I tweet out a lot, which was I call it the legend. Is it the legend of Nink? I was trying to make a Legend of Zelda. It probably didn't work that well. There aren't many Nintendo fans out there, but just you were there the whole time, and you saw his progression as like a guy who's probably going to get cut to a Patriot legend, and it's just remarkable to see how like Belichick kind of grew him and
multiple Super Bowl
put
winner.
him into things, and and how his role evolved within the defense. So Rob, if you're out there, love listening to you on the radio and on TV. Come in here. We'll ask you a lot of great questions. They won't be anything stupid.
We want him. Now, this just came through. Belichick, as we record this on a Wednesday morning, Belichick just had his press conference. And at Casey Bake 16, Casey Baker from Binge Sports, great follow, rock solid guy. He just tweeted this out. Belichick on if Khalil Mack is up there with Lawrence Taylor. All right, here we go. You know how much Belichick loves from having been the DC and growing up with Lawrence Taylor and the rings that Lawrence Taylor helped put on Belichick's hand before. Let's give this a listen. We'll bring it in close to the microphone. Let's give this. This is hot and fresh.
Phil, you've seen a lot of good pass rushers in your career, starting with Lawrence Taylor, Reggie White. Does Mack sort of rank up there with one of the better ones you've seen?
Oh, I mean, we're talking about Lawrence Taylor now. Yeah, I'm not putting anybody in Lawrence Taylor's class. So
that's like me talking about Belichick.
That's with a lot of respect, a lot of good players now, but we're talking about Lawrence Taylor.
That is wow. The Belichick never forgets.
I know.
He's right though. Khalil Mack's awesome. It's a great trade for the Bears. Boy, John Gruden can't find a pass rusher. I don't know why we can't find a pass rusher, Mike. I'll tell you what. I like that Khalil Mack. Our team could use a Khalil Mack, a Khalil Mack.
He was on your team.
Ugh, for God's sakes.
Yeah.
As far as the way the Pats are going to go about this game Sunday, I think it's as simple as the Bears' defense has been good. We got old friend Akeem Hicks, who we know Belichick did not want to let go and really valued on the defensive line, but the Bears were able to throw just a little more money. The Bears can kind of cover. There's definite linebacker speed.
Yeah.
Old friend Danny Trevathan, the coverage linebacker from the Broncos, who they used to go at early and often when they played when he was on the Broncos. He's there. So I feel like they kind of know this defense.
Yeah.
There's familiarity with this defense.
Yeah, and there's no familiarity for it for me because I'm like, I've still been in Chiefs bliss, and I'm like, who are we playing this weekend? The Bears? Right. I don't know. Mitchell Trubisky. But from my rudimentary little overview, they have playmakers, and that's like any team in the league. But I don't know. It's just I feel like at this point the Patriots just got to do the Patriots. You get Sony Michel going. It doesn't matter what Khalil Mack does because it's not 3rd and 12. It's 3rd and 2. You know,
there's a lot fewer because of the run game's emergence. There are a lot fewer 3rd and 7s, 3rd and 6s.
That's huge.
Which is enormous. No, dude.
Especially when Edelman was out, because dead meat. 3rd and 7 plus without Edelman, it's like Right. They were at their worst third down rate in a decade.
And I know the Bears are coming off a 2-game losing streak, and they crapped the bed, and they lost to Brock Osweiler. They lost to the Brock Star. They lost to to steamed broccoli himself down at Jimmy Buffett, Shark Lager, Jennifer Lopez Stadium. And now they're coming home. Now they've lost 2 in a row. The Pats have won 2 in a row. Pats might be feeling themselves a little bit. I know they should be able to get in and get their points early and often and move the ball against this defense. But Matt Nagy, coach of the Bears, this guy, another Andy Reid protege, we just talked. This guy. They got Tariq Cohen, who can kind of be the Tyreek Hill of that team. Jordan Howard's a bruiser. Allen Robinson's actually playing pretty well at the wide receiver position. And Trey Burton, who threw the Philly special.
Taylor Gabriel.
Me, I just want to throw. Oh, Taylor Gabriel from the Falcons.
Fast,
so they got weapons. I'm smelling just the faintest whiff of trap game. Do me a favor. Talk me off the trap game ledge.
Yeah, I mean, I would like to. I mean, I don't know. I just right now.
That's not the answer I wanted.
I'd like to. No, I don't think it's going to be a trap game. I really don't. I mean, I think that this Patriots team, and this sounds stupid, but I just like this Patriots team. I don't know what it is about them. Well, I do know what it is about them. They're just playing fast and clean. Yeah. And, they definitely make mistakes.
Dude, they weren't penalized last week.
They weren't penalized.
Holy crap.
And I don't want to get on like a Matt Patricia thing, versus Brian Flores, but
go ahead.
I just look at what they're doing. Oh, there's your neighbor. She's doing some weird work.
I told you. They're like, there's literally gardening happening over here. There's like an Imperial space battle here. You got the phone ringing. My bookie's calling.
Why is there a woman in a tank top with a hoe? Right? Like an actual hoe.
We literally have, no. Yo, I heard there's hoes outside Fitzy's window when they shoot the Foxboro and Friends. Yo, we got to go you know what we need?
Yeah.
In addition to the Ninkovich on the show, we need a live audience.
Oh, right, like 6 guys sitting with the drum set.
It's what I've always wanted.
We can put somebody on your washing machine right there. Get a spin cycle going. You'll be really excited. But I feel like overall, just to like quickly change the I just feel like they're playing great right now, and but I think the big question is they play terrible on the road. Those 2 road losses were terrible, and
4 home wins, 2 road losses.
The 4 home wins have all looked, wow, this team looks in sync. They look fast. They, maybe not fast at linebacker, but they just are clicking. And so that's what I'm most curious about. And if there's going to be a trap game, it's going to be can this team not win on the road after having, whatever it was from 2015 to 2017 where they didn't lose a game on the road that was meaningful. So that's kind of the concern of mine. But I think if they do what they do well and what they've shown they can do well the last few weeks, I think they're going to be all right. It's just play Patriots football, DYJ.
Pats have won 3 in a row. They've scored over 30 points in all 3 games. And yes, all 3 of those games were home. That was a nice stretch. I feel like I'm with you. I think the home cooking, the good looks back at home with the good fans, not you 21-year-old beer-throwing shitwits. the juice and the love they got from we're on to Cincinnati energy for the Miami game, and then the solid Josh Gordon coming out party, and the Sony Michel game against the Colts, and now being able to keep up with the best offense in football. Yeah. Now they go on the road. I don't think this game's a blowout either way. Hell no. I think the Bears will do a few things that'll frustrate you and remind you almost of like. If there's a name brand you love, it'll be like the Target version or the Amazon version of the Chiefs offense, where you'll get glimpses of it, but it's never going to be the full complement of weapons.
But it's not quite there.
Yeah. And then I think the Pats just hold on. Yeah. I think it's going to be a 4 quarters, 10-point win, where it's just like it's never clear, it's never apparent. It'll feel almost AFC Eastish in a lot of ways. Like, wow, that they seem to know us. We had to gut this one out. I think Brady plays a rock solid game, and I think this is This is a Hogan, Edelman, Gronk game. I don't think you lean on Josh Gordon as much. You won't be able to run as much. Just get your guys out there in the space and have them eat up those spots in the Bears defense and frustrate them to an 8 to 10 point win.
Yeah, I think that's why I feel like Brady's gonna like force pass it to Josh Gordon a bunch, and then I'll just be getting those incoming Fitzy texts like, why is he getting Josh Gordon? He didn't catch that one.
Feeling it, Mikey. Feeling it. Here come the hot text. Here come the hot text.
I just thought of one additional side thing before we go is that the guy who threw the beer, he's banned for life.
Banned for life.
Does that include Revs games?
Oh no. Oh, but wait a second. There's a chance for us to get in on the Revs season tickets. Forget about the Pats tickets.
The Revs became a running joke in this episode. I don't know.
Why not? One last. Oh, for old Revs' sake. And now let's go out singing our favorite song, Old Revs Zine. Shut up, Foxboro and Friends, mention soccer more, for Old Revs Zine. All right, that's another episode of Foxboro and Friends. Thank you guys for tuning in wherever you watch it, on the YouTube, the Facebook, and anywhere else. Maybe listen to the podcast on the SoundCloud. We should be up on iTunes in no time at all. Please tell your friends. We'll have the Patreon up and running very soon, and that way you could sponsor portions of the show, or if you donate enough money to help us keep the wheels greased, this could be you. You could be in the Ninkovich Memorial middle seat right here doing some top-flight Foxboro finalysis with your pals, Pat's Propaganda, Mike D, and Fitzy GFY. Hit us up at Pat's Propaganda, at Fitzy GFY with questions, hot takes, Chicago recommendations, and so much more. And until then,
go Pats.
Go LFG. God bless. No jobs off. Do your days.
We don't have a new. They didn't do a logo. They didn't do like a theme this year. Like the last few years, it was like do your job, and like last year was like not done.
Right. What is it still? Is this still not done?
Still, no, really. We're still not. It's like each year they just kind of build on it. Like, yep, that's right. We're still not done.
Well, offer thoughts on that when you can. Take care. God bless. Go Pats, and go blank yourselves.
Cheers.
Foxboro and Friends.
Out.